I think that it's relative. For some people, you want to stick to one thing? That's cool. You want to do a bunch of things? That's cool too. The problem comes in when, in the example you gave with that quote, is that people stigmatize. They bring other people down. It's just like, if you don't think like me, there's something wrong with you, and vice versa. And that's where I have a lot of conflict with, because I think the way I think, and I'm cool with that.
Thank you. What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Oh my God,
cool. So so my real name is Roberto Enamorado, for those who speak Spanish. That means Roberto in love, so I use it as an alias. Thank you. If y'all want to connect with me on social media, my website, roberto.com, all that good stuff, Patreon as well, if you want to support me. Greatly appreciate that. Working on something, and I got this yearning. Wheels are in motion, so like the world, I'm turning. Poetry into rap, rap into poetry. Titles are not slowing me. I let the energy flow in me, flow out of me. What's a capacity when I feel the possibility of probabilities? We stand with gravity, molecularly, subatomically, combining quantum mechanics and general relativity. The human element in this galactic soliloquy. It's you, it's me, it's us, it's we, for a moment in time.
And I'm left-handed, I remember my mom telling me that she tried to have me do the whole the pacifier thing, and it just wasn't my thing. I would just throw that shit out. And so, she was trying to take care of me like you would a baby, like you're supposed to, like you're taught to, like what you see, right? I was not having it. Maybe that was an example of what my character was going to be like in the future. Long story short, the example of what you stated with the whole Ritalin thing, it really, it just angers me, because that is another great example of what we're doing. That's exactly what I mean about when people are literally destroying the mind of someone because they don't fit suit into how things are currently done or they're supposed to be done.
They want to watch a show. They want to be entertained. They didn't pay shit for this event. They want to watch a show.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you're too close to the wall.
We're gonna need you to move it along, sir.
Is there a fucking problem? Is there a fucking problem? Windex. What does this have to do with one or the other? I remember I was washing my mother's window the other day, and I noticed as I was wiping, I kept on lifting the Windex up. Why was I doing that? Because I was helping my mom, so I shouldn't be worried about anything. But unconsciously, as I kept wiping, I kept lifting this fucking Windex up. Because I'm afraid maybe I'll get shot. How do we resolve that? Why do I think that? Is that a risk? Am I taking a risk by helping out my mother cleaning her windows? Should I just not do it? Should I hire somebody that doesn't look like me? Because I look like, I don't know. On the news, I see a bunch of people who look like me. Doing what? How many white-collar crimes do we see on the news? How many politicians are killing people with their bills? Right? We have economic sanctions. How many kids are starving to death because of that, where are the stats on that? Every day I don't see that. But I see people who look like me on the news all the time. Why don't we put something else up? So we can create a different image of what crime is. Are we going to wait for government? Are we going to wait for a politician to make changes? The prison industrial complex is extremely profitable. So they create new problems. They create new laws. They create new criminals. One day it's one country, one day it's another, one day it's another group of people. And then what? We're going to wait for that to change? What are we going to do?
You might have been dealt a bad hand. Things are not going to always work in your favor. Life isn't fair. Acknowledge where you don't want to go and act accordingly to a way that's going to keep you away from that path. 1. 2, then think about, okay, I know what to stray away from. Where do I want to go? How do I want to behave? If in the future I could be a certain way, what does that look like? And then start walking in that direction. And that direction is not going to be a straight line. It's going to be squiggly as all fuck. And you're going to revisit some of the bad attributes, some of the bad paths that you were in before. And that's normal. Don't judge yourself too harshly. But I would say observe yourself accurately. Don't castigate yourself, but see clearly. That's going to help you move forward more effectively.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So how did you feel when you were pointing the gun at number one?
It just reminded me of when I was 15. And I had some cops come into my apartment because my friends started to climb up my apartment. And they thought they were robbing the house. So when the cops came in, they pointed a gun at me, and then they were at the door as well. So they climbed in through the window. So yeah, I guess I don't know if nostalgic or flashback-ish. I don't know how to call it, but yeah.
How did you feel when the gun was pointed at you?
Defensive.
Any other feelings you could elaborate?
Yeah, well, it's like a virtual situation where if you feel or if you associate something is threatening you, even if it's not real, but your body and mind might still respond as if it was, you might go into not attack mode, but kind of like pause between, okay, should I address this site here? It looks like I might be in danger. So it puts you on alert.
So the shooter or the shot was the victim?
Good question. I don't think it's binary.
So in your opinion, who would you consider the victim?
I wouldn't consider either of them the victim, 'cause I don't know enough about the situation.
All right. You can step down.
What was that?
I said you can step down. You said you're excellency.
A person who's doing a bunch of things, trying to master a bunch of things, and a person trying to only do one. At the end of the day, you're still mastering yourself. A lot of times people have this thing where it's like either one thing or the other. And it's not that. It could be both. And so in this case, you might be in a situation that's not fair. And that's pretty much life. life isn't fair all the time. Sometimes it just really sucks, and sometimes it's really good. So why do I say all that? When it comes to accountability, I think it's just important to also acknowledge, well, what do I want my life to be like, irrespective of what you're going through? And here's the thing, not everyone has that opportunity or the same opportunity that you might have.
But no, that's it. Yeah,
I just want to say thank you, man. Is it even on?
No, it's not working.
Oh, okay.
That's
It's just
Cool, yeah, man. I'm like,
for organization purposes.
yeah, man, dude, just thank you so much for that, man. I mean, thank everybody else too. Like, I mean, that was tough, going through all that. But I was just thinking about kind of like imagining what your thought process was like, bringing that together, bringing all your experience and all your pain into an art piece. I mean, I know that seems to be a common theme with all your work and what you're doing in the community. So I appreciate knowing you, appreciate the inspiration. Yeah, man. So that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Oh, thank you.
And so thank you.
I appreciate that.
We live in a place that people are criticizing for a variety of very real reasons. But yet, within all the noise, your own traumas, what you've been through, what you're working through, the system that we're in, you still have created opportunity for yourself and other people, irrespective of who's in office. This is where accountability comes in. Yeah, you can point fingers at whatever ism, whoever's in the office. Oh, I grew up a certain way. I'm a man, I'm a girl, I'm black, I'm white, I'm this, I went through this, I went through that. All that shit is true and it has an effect. But where is your power in that? If you only focus on the things that disempower you, then what ends up happening is you keep perpetuating this shit because all you see is destruction. But in life, there is a lot of beauty. There is opportunity for change, and it starts with you. If you can see a better possibility, then you can create something that might be better. You can improve something small. It could be simply organizing your clothes. Let's just say your room is chaotic. You start with that. Maybe that leads into you organizing your computer. Maybe that leads into an administrative job. Maybe that leads into you being a CEO or running for office or creating a whole new movement. Your organizing skills that went from, I'm going to organize my socks. Now you're at the forefront of some type of revolution. And I don't mean a revolution where you're just tearing the house down. Here's another thing about appreciation. I have very specific and general criticisms about the current state of affairs. Let's just put it like that. And the place that I'm at. But this is not to negate the opportunity that's here as well. There's also a reason why people come here from other places and they flourish. They see certain things that we don't. They acknowledge and appreciate certain things that sometimes we don't. And maybe not you and I, but a lot of people, they just live in a place of pointing fingers. It's like, all right, I get it. But I think it's both. It's about acknowledging what's wrong in the external, but also saying, hey, what's wrong with the internal? What's wrong with me? How can I make it better?
It's you, it's me, it's us, it's we. It's you, it's me, it's us, it's we. It's you, it's me, it's us, it's we. For messages of peace to manifest in unity. Critically proceed intuitively. The new cool will have to be foresight and empathy.
What I'm getting at is we're not these things that we're told we are. It seems that, yes, you should master something, but at the same time, you're more than that thing.